started. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Too Many Ideas Podcast, episode 41. Remember, like, comment, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. Yeah, man, it's got the whole team back today. Good feeling to have everybody back. First episode with all of us in the new year. Luke, the people didn't get to hear from you last week. How you been doing, man?
I'm okay. Taking it day by day.
How's life been treating you in the new year?
It's not how I like it. How has life been treating me? I haven't been really doing much. Same old.
Gotcha. I already talked to Levi about how he was doing in the new year, about all his New Year's resolutions and things like that. I don't really have any resolutions. Do you have any resolutions? I don't feel like you're a resolutions type of guy.
If anything, just like be active more and sleep more. That's pretty much it.
You said sleep more?
Yeah. By active, I mean like, hooping more and shit like that. But
oh, yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Wait. You're in the...
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he ain't say shit.
Yeah. Nah, should I? Like, what do you think?
Well, why wouldn't you?
Should I? What do you mean, should I? Nigga, I'm doing it. You can do it, too.
Okay. Maybe, I'll think
about it. Yeah, we're joining a hooping league. It's not anything crazy. We're probably going to be hooping against old niggas, but...
I was about to say, you can't go watch Dawn. Have you watched Dawn play volleyball before?
No, I can, but I haven't. She doesn't want me to.
Okay. Is she gonna come watch you play? I just thought about it.
Yeah, she wants to. She can. Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. It don't matter to me, but
That's funny.
Yeah. You should join. The form is still in there, so go ahead, sign up after we get off here.
Gotcha.
Yeah. We're trying to. I want us to have like a full team, probably 7-8 people, so we could sub in, sub out. We could really run it up on these niggas for real. Like that'll be some good shit. I feel like that'll be a lot of fun if we actually commit to it.
Sure.
Yeah. It's every Thursday in fucking Smyrna. I feel like that's a good middle location for most people. So, but
I wanted to.
At this point, I just feel like I'm one person away.
Oh wow.
I didn't even know they were shooting already. That's hard.
Wait, is that for next season?
It got to be.
Oh, okay.
This season's already done.
Oh, true. Yeah.
I wanted to ask you what your thoughts were on the Balenciaga Yeezy. What's your predictions and everything?
I'm actually happy that you brought that up because I've been meaning to talk about it on the podcast because we kind of talked about the demo thing, and so I talked about it with a few people that I discuss fashion with and high fashion, whatever you want to call it. And so I've came to the conclusion that I just don't like Dema at Balenciaga. I've always liked Vetmonts. I like when he's there.
Okay.
But this is also a thing that I'm going to say is, I guess, my personality trait. I don't like when I see where someone's come from, as in, streetwear background. Dema has always loved streetwear, if you guys don't know. And you kind of fuse that, but elevate it to a different market, but not to the same market that helped you get to where you were at. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm going to say I don't like his design language. I'm going to say that. I can't go as far as say I don't like him, but I don't like his design language because I feel like it's more, for me, it's more understood at Vetmont than it is Balenciaga.
That makes sense.
I do agree with that.
But one thing I don't think we give enough credit for is he's been on a roll for a long time. You got to think about it. Triple S's, the sock runners. That's already 2 decades. I don't care what nobody says. That's already 2 decades worth of shoes. That's forever going to, you know what I mean? We're already still seeing.
And even them track runner shits.
I just saw those. Yeah.
They're not high fashion classic, but they're a hood classic.
Yeah, exactly. So it's we're still seeing resonance of that design going on for forever. Yeah. So the Yeezy Gap thing, I think that is just about how much time and effort they actually put into it. I feel as though there's a lot of things they can kind of retouch, which I think might be the case here, some Yeezy X Balenciaga kind of throwaway situation. I can see that being a thing, or it's maybe something unreleased. I'm not really too sure what's the lines of Gap. A lot of people were saying that I'm not sure if you guys seen, but that Kanye hasn't helped Gap yet. The stock and everything, the business worth hasn't really gone up.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's what they were saying.
Interesting.
And they said some people even told me as far as that it's went down. Since the announcement of the Yeezy Gap actually. But I think that it's gonna do well, but it's gonna age well better than it does, if that makes any sense. You get what I mean? Kind of like how
you think Yeezy Gap and Balenciaga, their collection, whatever it is gonna age better than it does when it first comes out.
Yeah.
I think that can make sense because I think some of the stuff I think the thing about Kanye stuff and with Yeezy in general is like you might not like it at first, but it is like usually timeless stuff where you come back to it 10 years later and just like, yo, this collection, this whole thing, like you can go back any Yeezy season from right now and just be like, yeah, I could find at least a few things that I like in that collection.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think I could probably say the same thing for like Demna and like Balenciaga and Vetements stuff. I don't think we had the same amount of time to like live with it to be able to go back to it as much. But I think the same thing could be said. Like if we look at like Triple S's, for example, like to me, like it doesn't go out of style for real.
Yeah, that's why I would have liked to keep a pair when I had one, but I've always felt like as soon as I seen Triple, I'm like, bro, this is a timeless shoe. Like, because of where it was being taken from. It's like same thing with Virgil with his Nike collabs and everything. It was like he was touching on something that we were already somewhat familiar with. I'm gonna use the base of this Triple S as being a dad shoe and not adding a nuance to it, a new touch to it. So I was just like, I remember me and Mars like, bro, this shoe's amazing. Like, and Mars even went back to still get a pair. So it's like, yeah, I think, like I said, I don't see it doing well off rip. And let me say well, I don't mean like, of course we have your Yeezy stands and Balenciaga fans. Of course those people, including me, will be interested and want to see what's going on. But by well, I mean kind of like the Yeezy slide. By aging well, I mean by the Yeezy slide effect. Like it sat. You've seen people with it, even when it first dropped. But months later, everyone was with it, or that rave for it. So that's what I kind of see happening.
Do you feel like Demna, Balenciaga, like the way that he does things is kind of like chasing relevancy?
So that's why I said I don't understand the design language, because I never felt like that at Vetements. And a lot of people, like even people I've spoken to about like, how they feel about him, they're like, yeah, sometimes he do too many meme collections for me and stuff like that.
And I don't feel like he needs to. That's the way I look at it.
There's like a certain line of like what we call meme, and then also the designer kind of just playing on fun and pushing like what's really worth what it's worth, So it's like, I'm not gonna sit here and make some deep meaning behind like a Balenciaga Simpsons collab. Like that's not what I'm about to try to portray. All I'm saying is sometimes I think it's funny that we're trying to find that meaning where it's simply it is what it is. It's just Balenciaga and Simpsons. That's it. I don't, like I said, I'm not giving it that meaning because I'm not sure why he did that or why they would do that. But at the same time, I think it's a sense of the same reason why we're questioning it. Like, why can't they? We're just a clothing brand.
Gotcha,
And you gotta look at it from his eyes because he's coming from a streetwear sense. That if that was Vetements doing the Simpsons collab, you wouldn't say anything. You feel me? Am I wrong?
I wouldn't say. I might not say as much, but I would still think like the same kind of thing that we talked about when that first was a thing. Not that, but Fortnite Balenciaga when that was a thing. It was just like, who is that for?
Yeah.
It would be the same conversation with Vetements.
I don't. Well, I guess because I'm still looking at it as being demo. When no one questioned when he did DHL collab, and that was successful as hell.
Yeah, it was. That didn't make sense to me either.
See what I'm saying? No, you see how it looks different that it's Balenciaga though now. You understand? Like I'm just like we're both all of us are just like, huh? Yeah. But you gotta remember. Dem has always been doing stuff like that. But it's different coming from a streetwear background versus a Balenciaga background. And that's something I gotta remind myself when I'm viewing him and viewing the clothes. I'm like, I just don't like where it's kind of, I don't want to put him in a box. I'm not trying to say that by no means. I just don't like, I guess it's not as clear. I'm not able to see it as much, understand it. That's why I use his design language as a term. Like I'm not able to comprehend it as much as at Balenciaga.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
And I think like, I don't know how it's gonna turn out because like I don't know if y'all saw in the news this past week, but Gap is doing like NFTs now.
Yeah, they have like 3 tiers. They have 3 tiers to it.
Yeah, they're doing like, and it's I don't like the way they look. It's just like it's just like their regular like Gap hoodie with the Gap across it and like different kind of
like OG type shit that they've been doing.
And it's just like I feel like in some ways if we're looking at it like what Kanye does and then also what Balenciaga does and then also what Gap does, I'm not sure how that blend is about to like work as far as
I'm not gonna lie, I think Gap is just a name. They don't really have any like control of what Kanye does. So I don't look at it as like a Yeezy Gap Emily's. I look at it as Yeezy Balenciaga. The Gap is just the name and the money. That's really it. I don't see them. I feel like if they wanted to take part in things more, they would have went the who had the what's my boy name from How Far Back was what's his name? Telfeezy's. Who made
the actual
Telfar? Yeah, Clemens.
Derek Clemens. I can't remember his last name. Thank you. They would have went with him because they had him at first, if I'm not mistaken. Correct. Mm-hmm. I feel like if they wanted more of to be involvement, they may have taken someone. I guess they felt like they could have more of a hand in.
Yeah.
But going with Kanye, I think they kind of just all right, no hand in, more production, more accolades and everything else like that. But I don't know. At the end of the day, I just feel like the Yeezy Gap thing is something we're gonna have to see. Yeezy Balenciaga thing. One thing I'm still like questionable about, which I don't think no one even cares about anymore. I'm just like, I don't want to pronounce her name wrong, but you say her name usually correctly. With the hats with the M on it. I know exactly what I'm talking about. I just don't want to say her name wrong.
Moalola.
Okay, yeah, you usually say it better than me. Yeah. Where's her involvement in this? Because that's why she blew up. That's what most people figured out about her. Let me say blow up. I hate, Mm-hmm. But most people figured out about her run to fame or whatever, her 15 seconds, whatever you want to call it. She was then the creative director of this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really we did talk about
the Yeezy Gap. Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I don't keep up with her, so if you've been like
looking at her socials, I like her.
And she hasn't posted nothing about it.
Yeah, I like her. I like her the social. I like her stuff that she's dropped. I'm like, where's the Yeezy stuff? Not that I really care for it, but I've always been interested to see how her clothes and her design language will come across on Yeezy, because I feel like it's odd to say this, but like speaking on the fashion term of things, I feel like even when I first came across her stuff, the stuff that she drops of late and like what she was kind of going into, it was her lines of pushing like fucking Y2K. Mm-hmm. Like, but her own way of doing it. I'm not sure if you guys looked at her stuff recently. I'm not gonna say all her stuff because she has a lot of different stuff. But like, yeah, she was kind of pushing some like futuristic Y2K stuff. So I'm like, damn, this is gonna be interesting to see how it works out with Yeezy. But
we haven't seen
it yet.
Yeah,
you know? But we could see, because Digital Nas did say she's the one that played him. She put us on the Kanye from Digital Nas. Yeah. So I was like, okay, well, there's still communications and stuff. So.
Yeah, I'm not sure where she falls into the whole conglomerate, the Yeezy conglomerate, because like, yeah, I don't know. And if she hasn't like posted anything about Yeezy Gap, then it would stand to reason that she might not be as involved as we thought she would be. But I'm not sure.
It's definitely weird, especially to see like the beginning process of this, of it just being jackets and hoodies right now. But I spoke on that last week about how it's just jackets, hoodies, nothing else, and then this Balenciaga collaboration, and then like what else? Maybe some of her stuff would come out like later down the line.
This makes me believe what people are saying about Kanye's like last minuteness, like about how he may want something and then last second. Yeah. Because they may have been a mole. I don't want to say her name wrong, but yeah.
Moalola.
Yeah. Like, she may have had, him and her may have had this whole thing situated, everything, and then, kind of like, I want to go in this direction now, Yeah. And that came the small kind of drops in the, so I highly doubt when he first signed with Yeezy, when he first signed with Gap, that the Balenciaga thing was already in works. I highly doubt it. Like, if it was, that'd be amazing.
It does feel like it's like a new thing. Yeah. Like it's like just starting to become a real thing for them.
Yeah, seriously, because it's just like that's like his thing, and it's just like, especially with us, kind of like, it's just so weird to think about that. At first, it had this drop, and it was just like, we have all this stuff, on the little page, and we saw like the boots and the jacket and the foam runners on the like the little diagram of what's supposed to be dropping, and then all we have is just jackets. But definitely I think that it will definitely change. It has changed for sure, and I'm agreeing with Luke on that.
Yeah, for sure. I did want to touch on the topic. I was talking to Luke in the car about have you been watching Euphoria?
I sure have. Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah, I do.
You watched the last season? Were you a fan?
Yeah.
So you've always been a fan of Euphoria?
Yeah.
See, I just kind of started getting into it just a little bit. I did watch most of the last season, but not really like intently, like I'm a fan of this show kind of watch it. But this season, I watched the first episode, watched this last episode, and it was pretty good. But I wanted to talk about Dominic Fike in the show.
Yeah.
Because I feel like all three of us kind of knew about him before like this, but I feel like it's introducing him to a new audience kind of thing. And kind of like knowing where he came from to where he's at now. It's an interesting like dynamic with how his whole identity, his whole image, his whole like branding is so different now from where he first like started at.
You think so?
I mean, I don't think it's like super different than where he started. I think it's pretty much kind of stayed.
Well, like for us, we talked about it where he was like the Florida rapper nigga.
Oh, you're talking about that far back.
That start, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like in how, because basically he was like a real, like going in like a Kodak direction essentially.
Really?
As a Florida rapper.
Okay.
Yeah. When he first started, and then it was like, I don't know how it happened. I'm not sure. Luke may know a little bit more than me, but it looked like essentially they kind of took him out of the mainstream, put him back out there as a completely revamped, different kind of like indie artist type of person, you know. And he probably, because he always had the talent, he had the look, whatever. But it was just like, and now he's like the indie nigga, and I feel like
think so?
Yeah,
I think he could be for sure.
That's better. Could be. Like, I feel like at the end of this Euphoria season, like, I mean, God forbid Zendaya moves on, they're definitely saying like, yo, you're our guy.
I can see that.
I don't know. That's interesting. I don't think Zendaya's ever moving on, but
I don't think so either,
I think if she moves on, the show's over. But yeah, I mean, Dominic Fike is an interesting character. I never like knew enough about him to like, you know, of course, say anything crazy or anything. But yeah, to see where he started, I didn't know he was taking it back that far for. I wouldn't say Kodak Florida rapper, but definitely more on the X side. He really pushed it with that one. More of like the aggressive
he was
rap.
on that line though.
But you don't think of Kodak. He was rapping. You said
was
Kodak.
Rapping. I mean, Kodak is a rapper.
I mean,
like
he be rapping. But I get what
thank you.
I'm talking about like, remember that song that
I'm talking about the one that
like
you kind
the
of
tone and everything.
Yeah.
Like it was very like, yo, I'm a Florida. I'm a jit. Like it was
that
you know?
type of
It was a little bit of arrogance to what he's saying.
I do get the X,
but it was
like
more
X, Denzel Curry.
It was like that type of like he's still being lyrical. Like
yeah.
But yeah, Dominic Fike as an artist, I think it's just so crazy how fast things change. Like we went from looking at him like that. You know, he did his can't remember what the EP is called right now, but the first EP he released under his name, and then
the one with like the yellow and the gray. Okay.
And so it was like me and Mars listening to it. I don't know if Mars heard him first or if I heard him first. I can't really remember. But I remember actually listening to it like, oh, this guy got potential. This sounds nice, you know. And then we went back, and I was just like, but where is he from though? Like this sounds really fucking good. Like, and so we went back, and that's what the whole industry plant shit. I wouldn't go as far as to say that anymore. To say that he was industry plant. I would have said that if like, okay, actually let me rephrase that. There was a moment in time where it was really questionable because now I remember why me and Mars like, what the fuck happened? Everybody was posting him. Yeah, that's what happened. Like Billy posted him, Denzel posted him, and we were like,
it's plantish.
Yeah, we were just like, wait, what the fuck just happened? Like,
it's definitely plantish.
You know, so but the reason why I'm gonna not go that far as saying that, I'm gonna just call it a marketing scheme because what I consider to be a plant, and I'm gonna try to get away from those terms, but like what I consider to be like that is more of like all in or nothing. Like he didn't blow up off of those posts. He didn't like, okay, he's the biggest person in the world. You know, he's not an Olivia Rodrigo. You know, so those did definitely help him get gather fans. But I feel like it'd be a marketing scheme at that point. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so to see him go,
like really well.
Yeah, to see, and it was a slow growth. I think it was a chance that he would have blew up fast because especially Billie Eilish posted him at that point because that's when she was like everybody craving, which they still do, over her. But like to see him go from everything and now to Euphoria, I think it's like freaking beautiful because it's just crazy to see someone you don't even know him personally, but just to see like the whole rapidy rap, indie-ish, finding himself. I'm gonna just use that phrase, finding himself. Being more lyrical, then singing more. Kevin, Brockhampton, Euphoria, like in a matter of 4 years. You know, that's just fucking crazy. Like you just can't make that shit up. Like for real.
And I feel like
that's fucking crazy.
And I feel like it's not industry planners because if it was more along those kind of lines, Billy would have posted him, and then he would have had a song with her.
That's what I'm saying.
He hasn't had any like big. He's had kind of like cosigns, but not like cosigns. Like, yo, I'm gonna hop on a song.
And I feel like the biggest song I would say from him is his own song. Yeah, like, I don't think he's been on a song that's been bigger than him. You know?
I see what
would you say that that Kevin song that he was on was?
But I don't think so. I don't
think that was bigger than his biggest song.
When he was on Peaches, I don't think that's bigger than 3 Nights. Hell no.
Yeah.
Maybe it would have gathered him more. Now that's a discussion, and that's why I say I think it was a good marketing scheme. Did it gather him more fans to his fan base that will actually like a real fan base? I think so.
Yeah.
I think that Kevin and the Brockhampton fan base is equally
gravitated
to him. Yeah. So rather than, because I would assume the music that was being popularized from him, as in 3 Nights and all that stuff, is good music, but you can definitely go on without figuring out who it was. Versus when he's working with similar artists, Yeet and fucking Brockhampton, Kevin After is like, no, I want to know who this person is, because those type of artists, you care who's around them, you know? So I think he gained more, but I wouldn't say that those songs were bigger. Nah, definitely not.
I have 2 questions, because I'm not sure. I can't remember with him. But has he had like a big like TikTok song yet?
No, I mean, if you want to count 3 Nights, but that, like I said, that's just like a big song for him in general.
And also, has he been on like his own like tour or anything?
Own tour, I think so, yes. It was very small. I think he toured for, I'm not sure how much he toured or how that timeline was, but the last project he did, I think he was attempting to tour, I want to say.
That was right before COVID.
Right before, right? I don't know if it was right before or during. I'm not too sure.
I don't know if that, I think that might have been like pandemic time. I don't think that tour
actually happened.
Fully fleshed out.
That's what I thought.
Or it might not have happened at all.
But he's performed a lot. He's performed a lot, though.
Oh, okay.
Performed a lot. Yeah.
I was just asking because, like, I feel like he's made the actor like transition like pretty quick, and I'm not sure if that's like his goal. Like if he not like I don't know if because I feel like he's doing decent in Euphoria, like for whatever lines they're giving him, but I feel like he's playing the role.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
you know,
I think that was a conversation he probably had with himself, his team management, along the lines of like, because a lot of people look at him like that whole first episode, like, oh, who is this new guy? And of course, my TikTok hipsters wants to be like, oh, we've been listening to Dominic Fike, which I'm included in that.
Yeah,
so
same.
it's like, yeah, I think he had to realize like this can, using this word again, it will age well. You know, me doing this will probably be a huge factor in my career. And once I feel like which I think everyone on that show, comes to truth with who they're playing, because I'm almost sure they write around the actual actor at this point, because it just doesn't make any sense how good these people are in these shows.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think once he came to like terms with that, it was just an easy decision to make. And he doesn't come across the person to me, none of them, which is so weird to me, like Brockhampton, Yeek, and Kevin, they don't come across as the people that's like, no, you gotta know my music or die, like type shit. I think it's like music is their thing to get away, and if you figure out if you like it, that's cool. But outside of that, I'm still a person. I can do what I want.
Yeah. So
I feel like he never. I would assume this is all my assumption. I don't think he took it as a slight to his music by trying to do his acting so early in his career.
Yeah, I would be interested to see him in like other things, like whatever he does after this.
Yeah.
Like I feel like he could really play some roles pretty good. Like
I mean, he just has that look.
He has a look, but I think that look in particular would kind of bind him into playing.
I was
the
waiting for you to
same
say that.
type
So you
of
think
character.
Zendaya plays the same character every time? There's no way you can't say no.
Like
Zendaya will do what?
If he thinks that about Dominic Fike, then you can't say that Zendaya doesn't play the same character every time.
Zendaya plays. Wait. What are you saying? Zendaya plays the same character.
If he says, or he's under the assumption, he thinks that Dominic Fike possibly could play the same role everything that he's in, and I said, do you think Zendaya plays the same role?
So if I say yes
to Dominic Fike being stuck to that role, I think
I don't think Dominic Fike is stuck to that role.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't think so either. And I was asking him,
but I do think Zendaya plays the same kind of role at the same time.
Like, I agree with the Zendaya statement, but because it's so early on, but, like, I'm just predicting.
So, time out. I wanted to have this conversation really off camera. What is early on at this point for Zendaya? Because it's not early.
No, I'm talking about early on for Dominic Fike.
Okay, cool. Because I feel like we've all been saying that for a while, though. Like, it's kind of early for Zendaya. It's kind of early.
It does.
Like, we've been saying that for a long time,
like that,
right?
Though,
but it's been a long fucking time. Like,
yeah, it has been a long time, but, like, we can get into that, but...
like I was actually thinking like comparing Zendaya to Dominic Fike. I feel like he could do, or at least like just looking at him on screen, I just feel like he would be willing to do more different types of roles than just like his same kind of like. I don't feel like he has like a.
Yeah, he doesn't have that image.
He has like a look,
yeah,
but he doesn't have like a style.
No, I guess
no.
I feel like what we're saying, he doesn't have a brand. It's not like nothing. What is off brand for him? There's at this point, and this is why I want to have it off camera, not to say like we would be disrespectful to Zendaya, but like she has a brand, and so it's like we kind of already know it without her saying it. Notice how you damn near seen everybody naked already on Euphoria. You haven't seen her naked, which is fine, you know, but that's part of her brand. I'm pretty sure Dominic. I haven't watched it. I'm pretty sure Dominic Fike is willing to get naked. It just comes to my mind.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So it's like that's why I want to have it off camera. 'Cause I'm like, are we gonna continue to say that Zendaya hasn't had the time, or she's too early, or are we just excusing that because that's her brand? That's you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like so, to me, I think Zendaya's hit her peak. Honestly, like not in the sense of like, oh, she's not gonna be a better actor. I think the movies will get bigger. She will get bigger, but don't really expect the whole.
She's not gonna change too much.
Yeah, and I think that's her though. I've been watching more interviews and been trying to like just really understand, and I really do think that's her.
Okay.
Like I really do think she's like conservative to herself, very very aware of her surroundings and what her actions may cause, and she's like, no, I want to, her brand can't change. I don't want to sit here and tell you like she's never, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I do think she's always gonna be more on the conservative side, and we're always gonna be like, oh, we want more. I think that's always gonna be a thing with her, always.
Yeah. And I don't think there's anything like wrong with her brand at all, because like it works for her, and at the same time, like you said, she's still gonna get bigger.
Yeah,
like, the movies
definitely
are gonna get bigger, the roles are gonna get bigger. Like she's gonna be more of like the actor, like the main actor in the movie. Like in the sense of like, let's take a Dune for example. Like she was used for the marketing, but then wasn't really too prevalent in the movie.
I'm
but
asking. So she's gonna be in the number 2, right?
Yeah, she is, and she has a bigger role.
I would assume so. I just wanted to make.
But I think like going forward, like listening to what you're saying, I also agree that like instead of like a Dune situation, she's gonna be used for the marketing, but then she's also gonna actually be the role.
Yeah,
she's gonna be, the Timothy Chalamet in that.
And I definitely think Dune is a great example. Everybody like disappointed and saying like she's acting the same. I don't think she acted the same day. I know it wasn't long, but I don't think she acted the same by no means. What we're saying by acting the same to me is who she is, and that's why I'm like, I think we need to stop saying like, oh, give her more time. I'm like, no, I think Zendaya has this way of when she gets roles is like, I still want to act X, Y, and Z way. You know, I feel like to a certain degree, my favorite actor, Ryan Gosling, acts the same way. You know, but it's arguable to say is they're acting the same way or they're just going about their attitude and their personalities coming out because they're that character. You know, and I feel like that's really what we're saying, which is no problem. I mean, I love Ryan Gosling. You know, so it's just about the movie though. That's what I feel like is
Yeah, I think Ryan Gosling is a good example because I do feel like him as a person, he's the same like in all of those movies, but the roles that he plays, they're all very different. It's a wide range of roles, but
when you actually look at the acting though, it's not like
Yeah. Like he's still his same person. He's still like that kind of like quiet. I'm not saying too much on the screen, but you feeling me kind of thing.
Literally,
and
literally.
Zendaya is always kind of like almost in the same kind of way, but like kind of a little bit like aloof. Like sarcastic, matter of fact, kind of like dryish character.
My 2 favorite actors. I feel like she's literally in between. This is not comparing her in a bad way. These are literally my 2 favorite actors. We have Ryan Gosling on the right, and then we have my boy. Damn, his name just slipped my mind. You know what I'm talking about, bro.
What was he in?
From the Facebook movie.
Oh, Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah, she's in between the 2.
Yeah.
Literally in between the 2.
Yeah.
I love them, by the way. But
Jesse Eisenberg is the man. He's the same way too.
He acts. He's a little more on the exact same way, but we still love that. And something like with Ryan Gosling is like Blue Valentine, and then you said in the Notebook.
Yeah.
Like the Notebook, he definitely acted his ass off. You know. Blue Valentine, he did act his ass off, but it was in different aspects. But to me, you can kind of see the same person in each role, like the exact same personality coming out. It's just like Mario says, like the role is definitely different, but you can still see him or her acting it out in the same way, if that makes any sense.
And Jesse is the extreme of that because he is the same exact person, like that
every,
same super awkward nigga in every role, but he plays mad different
stuff. But he does, and like Zombieland versus Facebook. You know what I mean? They ain't near the same acting, but like it just perceived completely different. You know, and that's a lot to do with directing as well, and screen and writing and everything like that. So give credit there too.
And I feel like whenever someone wants to, like, we really need an awkward character, that's who they're calling. Like Jesse Eisenberg, like he's the one.
I love him.
And I feel like that same thing is gonna happen with Zendaya, which I don't think is a bad thing, because like you said, like Jesse Eisenberg is one of your favorite actors. I really like him too. I've seen him in a lot of movies, and I usually always like him in movies. Okay. So it's just like, you know, you might be playing like you're the same person, but you still play your role like very well. Like you were good for this role.
Oddly enough, I don't see them like staying together because of what like the Spider-Man curse is. Because of Tom Holland.
Oh, you're talking about Tom Holland?
Yeah. But I definitely think they're gonna be like the top 2 actors in the next like 5 years. I don't even say 10. I definitely give it like 5.
I can't wait to see how Tom Holland looks when he's like in like his 30s or something. Like he's a grown man.
Yeah, he's gonna be a short grown man. That's it. Like, I think he's gonna age well. I love Tom Holland as well. So I wish they weren't together because of this Spider-Man
curse.
curse.
Him for his, he's like the lead guy for Prada.
Oh, I thought you said he's for your vaccine thing, but yeah, I seen that too.
Yeah. Just like he's I actually really like that whole Prada thing, because they used a lot of actors. They used Dancing Idris, Willem Dafoe, looking crazy in his fit.
I hate it's just like a whole side note, but I hate how like it's so easy for things to like catch. So you know, all of a sudden now Willem Dafoe is like the swaggy of the swag. Mr. Pusha P himself, like I'm just like, what? Yeah. All because if you think about it, Prada posted him, and people just started going on this rave, like, damn, Willem Dafoe actually look kind of good. Yeah. Like, you know, and then the Spider-Man,
they're going back, and they're going back to.
That's how like, what the fuck? Does. Like, and that's kind of something that I like about the internet age now is like when only one thing has to happen for you to catalyze everybody looking back at you like, yo, this nigga was getting fits on back in the day. Yeah. And now, you know, someone who, Willem Dafoe, like, he's always been a great actor. He has had a bunch of great roles, like, even recently.
Literally.
But, like, now, you know, I could see, like, next year, whatever, him going back into the forefront kind of thing is like, yo, this is a it nigga in his range. But, like, you know, more people are going to pay attention. More bags for him, which is always good. You know, I feel like the way things go now, it's easy for you to kind of, like, not easy, but there's a chance for you to really like get your career back if you've lost it at one point. If you did anything good in the past, like yo, just get it to one in person, and then boom, you can take off. Like
that makes sense for sure. And it's just like as soon as you put like,
I feel like all them niggas from Spider-Man was happy they got that call.
Yeah, probably. I'm just like waiting for like how everybody else kind of like capitalizes on that.
I mean, they already saying that Andrew Garfield is probably gonna have a big year this year.
I mean, have
even
you watched,
though they hated his Spider-Mans, but
whatever. Have you watched Tick Tick Boom?
No. But they were trying to give him what is it? Is it an Oscar?
Yeah. Or whatever the award. It's so weird how shit works. You're right, because I definitely see like the Andrew Garfield thing, like just continuing to grow. Although I am one of the people that don't dislike his Spider-Man.
I didn't dislike it either.
I did.
I feel like the second movie wasn't well done, but I don't feel like that was a knock on him exactly.
No,
he was too cool.
But I disliked it in the sense of the order. So like, of course, I like Tom Holland, then Toby, then him. Yeah. But I just feel like looking at him, I'm this type of person. Like I've told you, like sometimes I look at actors and like you just don't look good enough for this role. Like he looked too. I don't know, he just looks too cool to me. Like, there's nothing wrong with him, but he just to me always looked too cool to be Spider-Man, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when I see him in other things, I'm like, that makes sense. Like, him and other things, I'm like, this looks natural. That's a better word.
Okay, natural.
He looks more natural in different things than Spider-Man. Let me go with that.
Because, like, you saw that he's, people are trying to, I don't know if it's a fan, like, push thing, or if it's, like, a thing that's been talked about, like, officially. But they're trying to get him to reprise another role as Spider-Man. Redeem his like thing. Yeah. And did you see the deleted scene of him talking like where his dad like came back in the second one, and like they were saying that
shit was confusing me. I stopped looking to him like at this point I don't know what the fuck is going on. Yeah.
But it was just, that was like that behind the scene like deleted scene or whatever was where he actually kind of like. What people were saying was that would have been the peak of his acting, like in that movie.
Got you.
Of being like the best, like
Spider-Man.
Yeah. In that movie.
I mean, he's definitely still young as fuck. Like, so it's like You know what I mean? He can.
Not for nothing. He's had some pretty good roles, pretty solid roles outside of Spider-Man.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
He really might win that Oscar, or that movie might win that Oscar for Tick, Tick, Boom, which is a fucking musical.
Yeah.
Like,
Fucking musical.
I didn't watch it because I don't like musicals, but I've heard nothing but good things about that movie.
He's doing his thing, man.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
Let's move on. 'Cause I know you had like a few topics I saw, like acting and shit like that.
I did.
You wanted to talk about something else? I forgot.
Brockhampton.
Oh, yeah, we could talk about that too.
Oh yeah, the breakup of
What's
Brockhampton.
the-
I did think about
What's
that.
the feels on that one?
I mean, seen it coming.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
And I kind of feel like it was. I don't want to say it was time in the sense that like, yeah, I've been waiting for them to die kind of thing. But I will say that, you know, me personally, haven't been as big of a fan of the whole albums. It's been less and less. Like at every new album, I've been like, okay, I like fewer songs on this album.
Okay.
Like, and that's been happening for a while now. But I mean, you know, I'm not sure like how I feel about it because I'm not sure how they feel about it. You know, and that's kind of like where I would get my parameter of what I would want to think and say about it. But I'm not sure like who feels what. Like, there's so many of them, so it's hard to get a real like read off of what does the end of Brockhampton even mean for, you know,
I see what you're
like
saying.
what's his name, Joba?
Yeah.
Joba. What does it mean for Dom? What does it mean for Matt? You know, what does it mean for all them niggas? Like, I'm not sure. Like, until we actually get to that point and actually see like what's going on with them, I won't really know.
I agree. I just feel like, you know, you made great points. Only thing I like disagree with is that like, it's not a disagree, but yes, I seen it coming. I think the reason why I've always felt a sort of way about them and always loved them so much, I always like originality and I like rawness, and I feel like they've always been extremely raw. Kevin himself, let me say that more. So I'm not gonna say all of them. So let me precisely say Kevin. And so when, you know, they were in their bag, and I'm gonna refer to the Saturation series, of course, I feel like that's when they were all raw, extremely active on social media, extremely active within their career and everything. And then just all, like Mars kind of said, this is my like view on it. The more they started to close themselves off, the more I feel like the music started to hit different.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and not to say like, oh, so Luke, were you truly in love with, you know, their music or them? And I think there was never a line with them. That's why I like them. You know, that's to some degree why people compared him so much to Odd Future, because Kevin would say some wild shit, you know, on a song and then tweet about it and give you the meaning behind it, and then you'll see like, you know, just quirky moments between them on Twitter, Instagram. You see that a lot less.
Yeah.
And you see a lot, you know, of growing up things happening that you really know is going to happen. The reason why I'm personally hurt by it is not only because of those things, but just because, like, I think we're owed more than just an Instagram post.
Yeah.
You know, like, I truly believe that. I'm not saying we owe you us a life or free clothes, but we are owed more than an Instagram post. When you've given us Saturation, you've given us wonderful music videos, documentaries that we didn't even ask for.
Yeah.
You remember, they were really good at documenting shit. And we can't even get maybe a video or like a sincere thing. So that was my initial response, like, wow, a fucking post. But then it made me think, you know, when I last commented on them on the podcast, I was just like, I think they're going through a lot of life things, and they come in and make these albums to give you guys or give us like a checkup, and they're gone. So I believe this post was made after another life decision. Like, something may have came up that was kind of already brewing.
That's
they were
what I
kind
was
of
about
like,
to
you
ask.
know,
Like, what do you think the fact that they just gave us a post means? Because I feel like that's what I was about to say. I feel like it means like, you know, something happened in life, and they said, "Yo, we gotta make this."
We end it right here.
Yeah, that's it.
Because like we already know, they were doing an ending. Like they were supposed to give us Puppy or give us a last album. They never said it was going to be Puppy, but the last album was definitely confirmed, and then they were done. So that let us know that they were all in agreement, at least, to like, okay, cool, we can still work together. We know we're going our separate ways. Let's give the people what they want. Call it a day. So if now we get a post, that means something was sped up. That's what I'm under assumption. You know, but at the end of the day, I know a lot of people are going to be mad, sad, whatever, but I think they have to get their props for giving us such great music in the time they did and so fast that they did. And also, on top of that, I think this has to be the most cleanest breakup. Like, I think they're breaking up all in their prime. There's no dirt on nobody. No one's being bashed. You know, like, every one of them can go out to do a great solo career. Every last one of them. They're in a position to do that. Hey, you feel me? Like,
So in that regard, do you feel like anything there? So you don't feel like there's anything negative attached to this breakup?
Yes and no.
Like between them is what I'm saying.
Yes and no. I like I said, this is just me looking at things as they aged. I felt like the distance between them grew a lot bigger, especially over COVID, because when I was watching some documentary, I think it was on Ginger, when because Kevin said, or someone said that like they got back together for that album. They haven't seen each other in months and days. They're separating, living their lives, cribs, money, all that type of things, going through what they go through. And I was like, damn, really? Like, y'all go months without seeing each other? Like, I just wouldn't think that. It's definitely necessary.
And that's really crazy from where they...
Exactly.
All the saturation stuff. They was literally like...
in the same house.
In a room this big with each other for years.
Yeah.
But it makes sense, though. Everybody needs their space. You're growing up. I'm not knocking that at all.
Yeah.
But to hear that so early on, we're talking about Ginger now. That's like 2 albums ago or album ago, whatever. So to hear that kind of so early on, like, you know, like...
Yeah.
I expected that, but just not so early, I guess. But I really want to give them their props to me handling it professionally.
And it's not even just like so early. It's just like so extreme.
Yeah.
Like from being like with each other for years and years and years, and now you're not seeing each other for months. Like, like what's the disconnect? I can understand like slowly like fading away. Like, yo, we move out, blah 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 blah, but we still see each other because we make music together. We're a band. We're a group. You know, so we still see each other. You know, here and there. You know, week by week or every couple of weeks, so often. But like. For them to say like, oh yeah, we haven't seen each other in months, that's like that's a drastic fall off, you know. So I don't know. It just I just wonder. I feel like, and I kind of hope I always wonder. Like I don't really want the answer if it's bad, of what happened.
Nah,
you know.
I'm letting the positivity overshine the negative. I'm not gonna lie, because I think it's a very few times in life, moments, whatever you want to say, that a group of that like stature, that popularity is able to come together, give you such good music, do have a falling out with a team member or whatever, one, and then also be able to give you more music, and then now break up in a positive light. Yes, it may have just been a post, but there was no fighting that we saw. There was no arguing that we saw. There was like I think that deserves a lot more than any negative. You know what I mean? Because it's like to that big of a group too. That's hard to do. You know, when Our Future slowly dismantled, there was a lot of members taking shots at Tyler, taking shots at Sid, taking shots here where they could. You know, we have to wait and see how this ages, but I definitely think they deserve a lot of props for coming together as they did, and then also dismantling in a professional mannerism. I think that deserves a lot.
Yeah, and I think the only incident that they handled it very well. Like looking back with the
most
Amir
definitely.
situation, you know.
I always thought it may have been a little too early, like they jumped the gun with it, and I definitely kind of still feel like that, because I feel like if he was
like kicking him out.
Yeah, I feel like if he was still in the group, we may have gotten longevity from them. But it was a decision. We don't know too much about what happened anyway, and if they couldn't stand by it, they did what they had to do, and so you know.
And not for nothing, Amir's still outperforming, like doing stuff,
I know,
like his own music.
I didn't want to bring up the twisted side of this, but I do believe he's about to shoot up now. Now I believe he's gonna shoot up, because now it's not like an ex-member of Brockhampton. There's no Brockhampton, so you can join him into that. You know what I mean? Like in a twisted way. You can just say Brockhampton's ex-members, can you not?
Yeah. I don't have my phone. I think he's going on tour. Amir is. Could someone look it up? Could you look it up? Because I mean, it's weird to me. It was always weird to me how he kind of like just popped back out, and like the music wasn't bad.
Yes.
And it was just like
we said he was gonna get signed. I mean,
yeah, we did. But like, I don't know if anybody else really like thought about that. Is what I'm saying. I'm more so saying from a public.
Oh, you saying like from an average person?
Nah, his tour is over.
Oh, it's over already?
The tour was over.
Who's he on tour with?
IDK.
Yeah, that's what it was. Like he's on. That's
I got you.
Yeah, he's getting a line with people.
It was from August to November of last year.
Got it. Yeah.
But I feel as though even now people are saying post a breakup that Amir was top 2. I never really felt like that, but I've always felt like it was Matt and Kevin from day one. But as times grow, Matt started doing less. So
that's the reason why I gave it to Amir is because like after album 1, it was we got like a lot less of Matt. It wasn't no real deal like Matt versus like that.
But to me,
as much.
Is Matt not on Rental? Was Matt not singing Rental, right?
On the hook? Yeah, he is.
Bro, before that,
that one?
Yeah, before that, Matt was singing his life away. Okay, before this whole Dom and
that's
and
true.
what's
that's
his
true.
name?
But using him like for those little like
bangers.
Little points.
Yeah.
The bangers.
It was the bangers, but damn it, give my man's a verse.
Yeah,
like,
he didn't.
He was
verse,
good
sure.
with the verses. Like they just didn't give him enough.
But we'll see.
Enough shine.
I think it's gonna be interesting to see
His career is the one I'm gonna be watching real close.
Me too.
Like real
but,
close.
That's what I'm saying. I think it'd be interesting to see because different creative processes, different creative freedoms and stuff like that. It'll be interesting to see if the group was kind of highlighting people's talents or the group was kind of overshadowing people's talents. Because let's say we're saying this about Matt and Matt drops a song, we're like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like, and everybody's gonna be in the comments, more Brockhampton stuff, please. Or if, what's my boy name?
Merlin?
No,
Dom?
not Merlin. Dom. If
Dom.
Dom drops a song and he's singing his life away, we're like, this is not,
Where-
you know what
yeah,
I mean?
like, where
Like,
did this come from?
Hold on. This is not what we got for you with
Yeah.
Brockhampton.
yeah, exactly.
You
like,
know,
wait,
yeah.
what?
I understand what you're saying because we could get something where it's like they could either come out and it'd be like, oh shit, you was doing that. Yeah, we want more of this.
Exactly.
Fuck Brockhampton.
Yeah, exactly.
Or it could be like a oof.
Yeah.
You're not as good on your own kind of thing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I hope the former for all of them, but still, like,
Yeah, I think they all gonna go through that phase of like trying different sounds. And to us, it's gonna be like no. But to them, it's like, well, I just want to try it. Fuck.
But Matt specifically, I hope he lands on the perfect sound this first go around.
I honestly don't see him doing too much more music. Like, I don't know. I just feel like
that's what I'm scared about. That
They've
hurts me.
always teased him like from the very beginning that he was gonna have his own project. Never happened.
They all. I think they definitely could have. He definitely could have for sure had his own like.
They've been saying that like even early Brockhampton days. I remember Lamar was like, "Oh, Matt's next."
Because he has a couple solos for sure.
Yeah, a couple good solo tracks that I love.
Yeah, he has like a good like 5-piece.
Yeah.
That are like really, really, really good songs.
And and outside of Kevin's attractiveness and personality, everybody always loved Matt.
Yeah.
Like, of course, earlier on, like he said, kind of before the Amir highlight reel, but yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely like they were the top three,
Yeah.
Kevin, Matt, and Amir.
Yeah.
And now it's like kind of like I don't know who their top three would be now. I think Joba might have slid in there at this point.
He definitely could have.
I think no one's giving enough credit to Dom here.
I was about to say Kevin, Dom, and Joba. I think that's who it is. I don't think it's Matt in that top three anymore. He's my top three. Like, don't get me wrong. But as far as like on those albums, like who's getting used, who's getting like the highlights.
Oh yeah.
And I want to do one quick thing. I feel like this is when I knew something was coming. Just looking on the outside in. Kevin to me was not playing. Like when they got signed and he started his own label, started working with Nick more, and you seeing his affiliation with way bigger people now.
Yeah.
He was not fucking around.
Yeah.
Like regardless of what that group had going on, as we see now, he's still straight. As I told Mars, I'm not sure if you watched it, but like at the ending of episode 2 of Euphoria, he gets credited. So I'm just like, yo, he's not fucking around. You feel me? So I'm not sure if that was a forecasting thing, like him understanding or foreshadowing, like understanding like looking kind of rocky here, or him just being an adult, understanding this is not gonna last forever. But shout out to him for doing that. I just feel like and I think Romeo is also included in that label.
Romeo is producer, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
I think he's also included in Kevin's
Who's
label.
the designer?
HK.
HK.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So at the end of the day, I wish all of them the best, and they gave everybody like great music.
Romeo, I'll be looking forward to seeing like who else he produces for, because I don't know. I I check the credits on a lot of stuff, but I don't usually like see his name on things. Like I feel like we're gonna see his name on more stuff, which could be interesting because he was a good producer for them. Like he did some interesting stuff as far as like production wise, so. That'll be interesting to see. Do we have any more music stuff that went on this week?
I mean, you got Kanye, you got Pete Davidson, you got Roddy. You actually have a lot that you can choose from if you would like to.
We could talk about the Kanye song. There was something else with Kanye I wanted to talk about too.
The birthday party?
Huh?
Was it the birthday party?
And Trav said in the Addy?
Nah, not.
Oh, Trav posting Euphoria slightly?
Not that. It was, Trav posted Euphoria?
Like slightly engraved on the headphone.
His album, not Euphoria, but
yeah.
Utopia.
Utopia.
Yeah, that 5 minutes in.
Yeah, Utopia. Okay, yeah. Well, we could talk about the Kanye and Game song. Like, I thought it was good. Like, what do you think about it?
I mean, I thought it was slight. I thought it was like a slight 6-7. I won't go back and listen to it, and I can see why people are speculating that it won't stay up. I'm honestly okay. Let me start here, and then this probably will be my last little topic. I honestly don't know what to think of Kanye right now. Usually I have some type of train of thought, like structure, like, okay, Kanye's going through his Jesus, his mom, he wants to, and then like the Trump thing was like, okay, Kanye thinks because Trump. So when the Trump thing happened, I personally don't agree with it. I think we all don't agree with it, but I understood it because he feels like Trump went through what he went through, to some degree that is, I'm not gonna use that word, but it is narcissistic in ways, and it's projecting because Trump, it doesn't go through what you're still black, you know. But anywho, I get it. Like if I wanted to put myself in that realm, I think I may be able to figure it out.
Because I think like more so what I got from it was that he was kind of doing the you can't tell me what to do.
Yeah. Basically,
like
that's what I'm saying.
You know?
But
that was his thing.
That was the whole thing. There was like, hey, you guys shitting on me just like you shitted on Trump, and look where he ended up.
Yeah.
So this is what I've understood, and what I'm understanding as a growing man is that you can like the ideal of something, but you don't have to like the actual something. And I feel like that's what Kanye was missing there.
Yeah.
But it's fucking Kanye West. You're not gonna tell him that.
That is what he gets mixed up. Like he's a big like ideas person. Like, yo, I support this, I support that because of what they stand for. Like they're, it's not about what they're actually saying, but
exactly.
It is what they're saying. Like you can't avoid what they're saying.
Yeah, so because Charlamagne does it a lot. He'll be like, well, Kanye says this, and then Kanye says this, like double backing on what he said. And being as a man as he is, that's why I like Charlamagne, because like he is the outgoing person in the sense of like outlandish, but it makes sense. He'll be like, Kanye, how you braggadocious, but talking about this, how you stand for black people, but Trump this, and like you just said, he'll always respond in a mannerism like, it's the ideal, or it's the thought, or why do we have to be marginalized, and this and that, which all makes sense, but those things are terms, and I guess things are how we're viewing things. Let's take all the viewing and the terms and the words away that you're throwing out there and look at Trump for what he is doing, So that's something that, like I said, if I had to, I guess I could be put in that realm to understand what he was trying to convey.
Yeah.
This era of Kanye, I just don't understand. Not that like, oh my God, I'm not a Kanye fan, because it'll take a lot for that to happen. But like, I just feel like he's in a very emotional state.
Yeah.
I don't agree with what everybody's trying to say, that he wants Kim back and it's all because of Kim. No. I think if Kanye was in an emotional state of wanting a girl back, he'll have her back. That needs to be said. It's Kanye fucking West, okay? So if he wants her back, he would have had her back. And he would have done right by her originally. I think personally this divorce that we're seeing publicly now is getting ugly now because it was so many things being kept in the shadows for so long. I think they've been over each other. Like I told you guys before, I think this was off camera, but the whole Donda 3 show, when they were when Kim came out, she said that they had no plans on ever getting back together. That was Kanye calling her for a favor, which we all know had to do with the actual show.
Yeah.
But of course it played, we know Kanye, to the dramatics of Donda, and oh my God, is he getting his girl back? Okay, cool. So now people are using that, and of course the ending of Runaway saying he wants Kim back. This is Kanye West, the king of all dramatics. I purely believe he just said that. I really believe that. Like, it was just like oh yeah, I'm gonna get him with this one, throw this in here. So to me, publicly, or if I had put my 2 cents in, I don't believe there's a Kim and Kanye thing where they're trying to like, oh, I'm moving on to Pete because I want Kanye back, or I'm moving on to Julia because I want Kim back. No, I think they're purely done. What I think is happening now, what Kanye said is absolutely true, is that like, even when the divorce happened, then nothing came out from Kanye's side. Kim has, I'm not gonna say Kim, that's so like personal. Someone, that team, sort whatever, has controlled the narrative of that whole relationship. Name one thing outside of Kanye's tweets. If you take that away, what has Kanye said? And don't get me wrong, I do not support those tweets. But outside of those tweets, have you heard Kanye sound about that whole relationship?
No, not really.
Never.
Yeah.
Like, you never heard anything. Even with the divorce happening, you never heard anything. So that's why I think he is in an emotional state in the sense of like, damn, I shut up, tried to, I guess, quote unquote, play by the rules, and I still got fucked over. And now you moving on, and publicly moving on. Because I feel like they've been, like I said, I feel like they've been done. But I think Kim was the first one to publicly show it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so now it's a game of who got the biggest dick. Like, at this point, like, oh, you doing that? All right, bet, Julia, get on this table, nigga. We're gonna show him what's up. And that's all I see. That's all that I see that's happening. And shout out to Kim, because me and Mars a long time ago was like, damn, if they ever get broken up, we'll get a crazy album. I don't think we're gonna get a crazy album. We're just gonna get crazy Kanye. We're gonna see more releases.
Crazy Kanye.
We're gonna see more releases. We're gonna see more pictures.
He's about to drop a song with Dreezy.
Yeah, like he's just gonna be out more, living life, and I'm not mad at it. Like people are saying, like, oh, he needs to get checked in. Like, no, he's a regular person just like us. We break up with someone, we're gonna lash out in our different ways. Let that happen. Why is that a problem? Because he's a bigger person, quotation mark, than us. You know, once he's not hurting anybody. Shout out to that dude. Sorry for him. But once he's not hurting,
I was just about to say, he did knock a nigga out.
Once he's not hurting anybody or hurting anyone around him or hurting himself, you feel me? Let him go through his emotions. And of course, if it escalates, that's a different situation. I'm not a doctor. I'm not gonna assess him. But all I'm saying is, just as much as anyone else breaks up with the next person, they're entitled to their lashing out. And I think the reason why he's being looked at like this was because of the fact whoever was controlling that narrative. I'm not gonna say Kim, because I just feel like that's a lot of like, you know what I mean? But whoever was controlling that narrative for so long, it just looked like, and people, us alone, like, oh yeah, they're fine. They're slowly breaking up. Oh yeah, they're fine. Their divorce is slowly getting along. There was no side of Kanye in that, you know? And now the Kanye is coming out. It's like, oh, nah, he's crazy. Oh yeah, he's crazy. What the fuck? Where is this coming from? You know? And I truly believe that they were divorced before they were divorced. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Like that. I think
that usually kind of like how that happens. You know.
So typically in like relationships, once the divorce is actually going through, like it's been a long time coming.
And she said that. She said that they were trying therapy for like a year or so, 2 years, whatever. So like it was done before it was done.
Yeah. But I don't know. I'm not sure about all the relationship aspect of it, but he's outside. He's with everybody.
No, literally.
Like,
that's all. That's all you can say. That is like he's outside.
I'm just like, if you have anybody who's anywhere near Kanye right now, make that call. You're getting a song out of him, or you're getting like some ad libs on your shit, something just to make your way into that studio.
I don't know if we have Kim to thank for that. I really do think it's Drake. Shout out to my nigga Drake. We've had a hard relationship, but I do think Drake has Kanye his Duffy right now, working with all the artists that he had somewhat of a beef with, or some people that he may have thought he was too like high horses on, because Drizzy makes no sense. You would never think that. But
what was telling to me, Hit Boy was in the studio.
Yeah, like they said they were
singing
fine.
the song.
They said they were cool.
Cool. Like
that's what I'm saying. I think that's the
that
Drake. I think that's the Drake effect. I really do. I don't think it's like Kanye saying, "Oh my God, Drake changed my life," but I think it's the effect of knowing that he got cool with someone that was beefing with so long, and it's like just being able to feel good again and being that, what's the word, a nostalgia feeling of like, you know. So personally, I think we're gonna see a lot of this. And what I'm a little more upset about, because I think Young Thug said it best, if I was Kanye, I would be working with all the new cats. I think Kanye is kind of working with all like the left field cats, like people that you would never expect, which is a Kanye mannerism thing to do. So it's like, oh, you wouldn't think I work with Moneybagg. You wouldn't think I work with, I'll make these niggas go crazy. I think he's kind of all fixated with the fact that like Donda's effect. I think Donda's effect, how we spoke about it with, what's his name? Oh, I forgot my boy name. Damn, bro. Off the grid. I forgot my boy name right quick.
Favi?
Yeah, with Favi.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see a lot of Favi type verses. I'm not saying like his style, but that damn, like Drizzy's going to... Because I've always thought Drizzy was fire. Her features, are to me, tend to be better than her actual songs sometimes. But working with Kanye, I would assume she's about to bar the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like, literally bar the fuck out. And she's really fucking talented, so I'm extremely excited to see that.
You think Kanye about to bring Rocky back?
I don't even want to touch on that. I'm sure.
No, wow, damn. I was about to bring it up too.
No, I don't want to touch on that. It's just Rocky, Kanye, is cool.
Oh wow. Cause you know, oh yeah, well. Okay.
I'm not saying it in a bad way. I hope no one takes it like that.
Yeah. You better clean it up.
Yeah, I don't want to touch on that because it's like, I honestly haven't liked the collaboration from them as a whole. Like I either like a Rocky part or like a Kanye part. I think they.
You didn't like the song that they had on that one album?
Jukebox? Yeah, I liked Kanye.
Oh, damn, I like both.
Really?
Yeah, I like Kanye. And the reason why I say that is because, and I think the reason why you might say both of them, Rocky set the tone well. He definitely did. He held his part.
Yeah.
I don't think they come together, though.
No, they didn't.
Like, they don't come together. Every time they work together to me, it's like one hopping on. It's not coming together.
Yeah.
Unless this is what I hear. You know what I mean? I just, when you hear Favi on Donda 2 off the grid, that's coming together. You feel me? I don't feel like I've heard that enough from them. So that's why I'm just like, I'd rather just, it's whatever. I'm not excited for it. It's more like, what I can say give props to, which is so crazy to me. I think Kanye highly respects A$AP Mob. And I'm always shocked to see that. Because I always feel like A$AP Mob kind of took over the streets, not took over like the mainstream. But Kanye definitely respects A$AP Rocky, Ferg, Barry, like the whole mob he respects as a whole. So that's something I'm always happy to see. But I think that's kind of why we get the music we get, because he respects him in his own world, and he wants to sometimes come to it, and then Rocky sometimes comes to it. But I think they need to find a median. Like, I think Frank and Rocky work so well because the medium for Rocky is already Frank. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like Purity, you wouldn't say he would drop that, but you can see it. Maybe a scrap version of some type of Purity for coming from Frank. You know what I mean? Like that could have been on Endless to me, honestly.
Yeah.
You know? But
that Purity was definitely like biking around to
me. Yeah. Like it could have been on something for Frank. I don't think I've heard something come from Rocky and Kanye where it's like, oh yeah, I could have heard this. No.
You got it. I get what you're saying. It's not like, it's almost like backwards compatible. Like,
yeah,
it can't be like on a Rocky album, but also be on a Kanye album.
Yeah, I think they have to find the middle, which I think there is. Like, it's fucking Kanye West. It's fucking Rocky. They can definitely find it. But I think, like I said, it's just a respecting, like, oh, yo, I need you on this song. All right, bet. I'm going to do it. No questions asked. Yeah. It's not like a let's come together. It's just like I need you here. I need you here. That's it.
Yeah, that's true.
See how y'all took us so negatively? Like, I
just want to talk about it. You have to go. You have to go through it because we said I ain't trying to touch on that. Like,
because I just feel like you just see the two names, it's automatic good song. I'm just like, nah. Sometimes Kanye gives you some weak lines. Sometimes rappers give you some weak shit, and I just feel like, it's whatever.
Yeah, we're gonna see how it goes. We're gonna see how all this turns out because so many people was in that studio. Like, y'all better drop a Kanye song. Like, if you got one, like, let it go. But right now is the time.
Before we go, I do want to say this. This is my last thing because we've been talking for a while. The Weeknd album, 8 out of 10, amazing. FKA Twigs, 8 out of 10, amazing. Sick. Actually, it was just a great week. Sick Earl, 8 out of 10, amazing.
Sick, yeah, it was good. I will say about that Weeknd album though, not a lot of people are liking it.
That's cool with me, 8 out of 10. And then we got Gunna. I'm gonna give him a 7, only because I don't like how he track listed it. I don't like the features. I just feel like a lot of good songs from him are always features. And when it didn't start like that, he was one of the very few people, including Roddy, that I felt like their career started off with just them. You know what I mean? Now it's kind of getting a little feature heavy, but he still did good. And he has a whole movement right now. So yeah,
he bullshitted dropping that song that was supposed to be on there.
Yeah,
and that was a him song.
Yeah,
that was about to go crazy. I didn't even like that song, but people like that song.
Yeah,
I think I was shocked that he only sold 1,000 less copies than The Weeknd.
So there's the speculation behind that, right? The niggas is like, there's no way he did that. People are saying they got to be fake. To some degree, I'm not gonna knock on a black man. I hope he did do all that, but it is a little peculiar. That's what we're looking for.
I don't think it's peculiar because I think. Hold on, hear me out. Hold on, because I don't think it's him going so high to be able to be like, yo, I did crazy this week, right? I think it's the Weeknd coming, underselling, like, because the last album he did damn near went gold first week. This time he only did 155 or something like that, and then Gunna was like 154, like.
Yeah,
he just undersold.
The reason why I'm saying this,
because he dropped short, but
this is why I wish you had your laptop. Has Gunna came close to hitting 150, 140, then I'll support you, because this album was not like made to be a banger, promoted to be like this crazy album. Like most albums now, you got like a week of promotion. So you
talking about the Gunna album?
Yeah.
So you don't think it was promoted?
Like crazy? No. So you're saying you think Gunna's album was promoted better than The Weeknd? Because
They both had like a week, right?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So in your eyes, you're saying a week of Gunna did the same exact as a week as I can't say the week of The Weeknd. A week of The Weeknd's promotion, and I don't think that's true.
I feel like I was seeing that Gunna TikTok shit for like a couple.
I mean, you always see like the leaks and the anybody from YSL when they get on their story and play a song, you see that forever.
But see, we didn't really see that with The Weeknd. And one of the songs that dropped on The Weeknd album dropped like months ago.
That's my point. That's why I don't believe the numbers.
But it went like it went under.
I'm not saying. I don't want to make this clear. I'm not against Gunna doing his thing. Like the album's cool. People love it. Got the people going.
Yeah, it's not really anything against him or against The Weeknd.
I just don't understand. Honestly, that's what we should be saying. We just don't understand the numbers. Like,
yeah.
That's what we should be saying. Because
I don't understand why The Weeknd didn't do better. And
he's a pop artist. People always say that. You don't compare hip hop rap to pop. Like I'm not gonna sit here and say why isn't fucking Kanye doing Olivia Rodrigo's numbers, like, or Justin Bieber isn't, you know what I mean? That's just two different categories. It'd be different. You might be saying Todd the Creator in The Weeknd, and even at that, The Weeknd is still bigger, you know? Yeah. I think that's the underlying tone here. We're like, The Weeknd I think we can say this is a household name at this point.
Yeah,
or at least
more worldwide.
He's a much
he's
bigger
definitely
artist.
international.
So to me, even him underselling should, that doesn't make any sense to me. But like I said, I don't understand the numbers. I don't know how it's calculated correctly or whatever. And to a certain degree, like you said, a lot of people were kind of speculating and hyped over those songs that he was playing on his story. So maybe I did make a big push, and maybe, just maybe, we're just understanding that Gunna's next up. I don't know. Fuck it. Maybe this is the beginning of Gunna taking over YSL. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about all that, but they do say he makes better songs than Baby does.
I mean, who's the runner? I mean, Baby's not YSL, but who's runner up in YSL?
I'm just saying, like that's who they're like pitting him against.
Yeah,
as far as like
he doesn't make better songs. But
you say he don't make better songs.
I stand by this. I do think Gunna is along for like in the circle of who he's in. I think he's lasting the longest.
Yeah.
I just feel like his voice, what he's able to do. If he even wants to change his beat production style and all that, I think he can last like the longest longevity. But I don't think he's the best. But like I said, we just have to see. Cause I do think him and Baby started off extremely well with just less features. As long as I said with Roddy Ricch as well, like just dumb, you know. And so to be able to start like that, that means you still have it in you, and we'll just have to be able to see. But I would really like to see if his numbers have really went up over the projects, because if it has, then I would agree that maybe Gunna is really next up or head, honcho right now, because then that would make sense. But if his numbers just went from, let's just random numbers, if it went from like 80K, 90K, and then now we're at 150, I just find that hard to believe.
I wouldn't find that too hard to believe. From
that
90
much?
to 150. Like, if I look at like his last project and how he pushed that last project, promoted that last project, marketed it, compared to this one, I think it's.
I don't want to go on the topic because it feels like I'm being negative towards Gunna. I'm not. But that's a huge jump.
Is it like really
80, 90, 150? But hear me out. The reason why I'm asking you this, and this is what's gonna be you guys' winning point if I'm wrong, is what did he drop in between this time to give him these, to say like, okay, he deserves, or he's gonna do 150? Because as far as I'm concerned, Gunna's been on a streak of features. He's been knocking them shits out. He's undefeated if you want to ask me. When it comes to that, if he's on the song, you may not be like, oh, that's my best Gunna verse, but he's not gonna disappoint you, Yeah. But what song, to me, outside of Drip Too Hard, where you're like, damn, Gunna took over the fucking radio again, and that was with Baby. But I could be missing something here. I would like for somebody to look this up, because without those radio hits, you're telling me he went from 90, 80 to 150?
From like his last album, you don't think it's possible for him to have like built that like.
What was his biggest song over these years? I know I probably know them. I just can't think right now. But
I mean, there are probably songs. Maybe you could look them up. But
yeah, I would look them up.
I think it's the combination of that, whatever songs there are, but also I think he's been very media. Yeah. He's been
Drip Too Hard is still his biggest song.
Then
you have Pushin P, of course, and then you have Lemonade. And then you have Thought I Was Playing and His and Hers. This is all his top. You can kind of pick these, I've been told. But he or whoever is in charge put these songs on his popular top on Spotify. Yeah. So we're just going to go to his discography right quick. These numbers aren't verified. I'm not speaking out of verification. I'm just speaking of what I think. So Drip Season, that's his drop, the last one. Then before they have Slime Language, that doesn't count. There's a whole bunch of people on it. Yeah. Cool. Then we have Wanna. And then from what I understood, people didn't like that project. Was that understood or no?
I think I thought
it was cool. I'm not gonna lie, but I didn't know. I thought that was a miss. I could be wrong.
I don't think it was a miss.
Yeah,
okay.
Not for people. Go through the song list.
Deluxe. I'll just go through it.
Yeah, just go through the regular one.
We got Gimmick. What song? Actually, I'm gonna ask you guys this. You might know. What song on here was a hit though?
Let me see.
Yeah.
I think
like radio hit, and keep in mind I don't listen to the radio like that, so I guess.
See, that's the thing. Like,
I might know.
I do understand what you're saying in the sense of like it might have been a miss.
Yeah.
But I do think that what I was about to say was that his media presence over this last year has gotten way better.
Yeah, he's
been
out. This is why I think he could be a runner up to Run Rise Up. I want to continue to say I'm not trying to be negative. I'm trying to say like musically, I don't get if he did that big of a jump. This is all under assumption. He could probably be always in the hundreds. He probably was always in the hundreds. That will make a lot more sense. But to me, if he was doing 80, 90 and just made 150, I'm a little confused. But to agree with your point, I think out of everybody in YSL, or even an affiliate of YSL, his media presence have been great. Exactly. He's carrying himself great. He speaks great.
And good media presence is good for your first week.
Was Skybox not like the...
It was the single, but it was not a hit.
Oh, okay.
It was not a hit. But he has had like some of those songs be different like sounds on fucking TikTok and shit.
Oh, gotcha.
You know, he's just been out like front facing a lot in the past year, and I think that's really what helped his first week.
Yeah,
you know, just his first week.
I agree
like,
with that.
As it goes on, you know, is he gonna go gold really fast? Is he da 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 da? Is The Weeknd gonna beat him to gold? Yes, 100%. I think that. You know, but as far as like this first week, you know, like when you're out and people see you a lot, that really helps you.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
people want to check out the album.
Yeah.
You know, at first, especially when you have like the whole fucking Pushin P movement.
Yeah,
he's got that movement. He's got the
all right, so that
banking on me on the bank movement.
So now I would agree with. I'll take back everything I said. So Wanna Solid, I forgot with Drake on it. That.
Oh, that was on the deluxe.
Exactly.
Wait, no. Solid was on Slime Language, was it not? Solid was on Slime Language.
Yeah, actually it was.
Yeah.
I don't know why it gave me these numbers. Hold on. Cause it says Wanna album enters platinum territory, but it has Solid on here. So 1 second, let me get something verified.
Cause like for me, like I definitely am doubling back on like kind of like my opinions of last week with the Weeknd album because of like kind of what has happened since, and just kind of me thinking that.
Oh,
like
wait, you're saying you like it more now?
I do like it a tad bit more because I do appreciate the like this whole possible like trilogy aspect, which I kind of predicted like last week, and then also the alternate like world music videos that he's like putting out with like he's doing the same song but like a different music video, and like it's telling more of like a narrative, and like personally like I'm appreciating that.
And that's the difference between like The Weeknd, gonna pop star level, rap star level.
And I was thinking
he's gonna make sure that shit lives and keeps on. It's gonna keep on going.
He's
gonna do another 150.
Because
Wanna did 111. So like I said, I take back everything I said. He's been in the hundreds.
Okay.
So it makes sense.
Cause like for me, it's like I'm not even really that big of a like Gunna fan like that, to where I'm actually excited to like listen to listen to it like first time it comes out or whatever. But like with me, just like with me, like him being more public,
you like
it did drive me to want to like listen to the album. Like, so I think that
it's kind of like what I said earlier, just being out Kevin Abstract, when they were so out there and so that line really wasn't there, it makes you want to know more. And I feel like what Mars says is definitely true. But going back to that point, he did 111 on Wanna, so I didn't even go back to anything else. To me, once you're in those hundreds, that's when it becomes easier to kind of go up. But once when you're in them 70s, 80s, like you tend to kind of float around that area. So I'm like, that's really crazy. But yeah, he did 111. So I would assume he's probably, I think on average Mars is right, actually, really. He probably was expected to do anywhere from 130 to 140 at least this project. Yeah. And maybe The Weeknd didn't undersell, because if he was doing that, The Weeknd, like you said, should probably win gold or whatever.
Yeah.
So
because the last album was 450 for The Weeknd.
Yes, but at the end of the day, like I was having this talk with JoJo, and I'm just like, I don't know how much of The Weeknd's fans still want the old Weeknd. I think we may be seeing that in the numbers. Yeah. Because like, I think Blinding Lights, that whole project, I'm not too sure if it went so crazy, because of it actually selling or because of the viral sensation that happened after the project. And I feel like that's something that may have enticed him to be like, okay, I can continue to do this. And one thing we have to remember, word to Vince Staples, and I think somebody else said this, is that at the end of the day, since the internet has been such a big thing, we, as in us, are really looking at numbers on how good a project is, and at the end of the day, the artist is gonna make what they want to make, and that's why I'm gonna give a shout out to The Weeknd for doing that, because he's sticking to this, regardless if it's gonna sell. If it's gonna sell or not, he's doing this, and so you have to respect that. And I still think the project was good. The reason why I give like a 7-8 is I feel like it's so weird. So Anthony Fantano said the first half was amazing, and the second half's kind of like veered off. I think it's absolutely different. I think the second half is amazing, and the first half is a little veering off. But
I feel like that too.
But I know why we feel like that. The second half is more up tempo. There's more 808s. There's more resemblance. Like I told JoJo, like to me, After Hours project was the beginning of this, of the old Weeknd transitioning to what he wants to be. And I feel like on the second half of this last project, as in Dawn FM, he kind of went back to the After Hours production, where you can kind of still get the thumps, you still get the the head nods as he was singing.
Whatchamacallit, Somebody Else is on the second half of the album. Yeah,
I did not like those features.
And that's a banger, man.
That second half didn't miss, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So and
the Tyler and the Wayne features were just like.
And I've been hearing it a lot.
Not it for me.
TikTok lately, it's just like, yo, this song, I really like the way this sounds. Like just like the sounds by itself. You know?
I think there's somebody else, right? That's what it's called.
Yeah, somebody else. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That
That and Best Friends is so fire.
Yeah.
So fire.
It's really not a bad album. Like, people aren't liking it right now, but just like I said last week, I feel like revisit it, you know, a few months from now, it's just like, yo, there was some shit on here.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I feel like people are gonna be.
And I'm gonna end it. I'm really interested to see where it's gonna go. It's like, I really do think Kiki's like head honcho, bro. Like, I really do. Maybe I'm being too starstruck right now, but like,
do you think it's more on like you think it's more of the Pusha T level type of like?
Oh, you mean like under Kanye because of Young Thug and shit?
Yeah.
Nah, I think a little bit bigger than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because Young Thug is not a selfish person. I'm not saying Kanye was, but I definitely see Young Thug being on some chill shit. Like, yeah, it's Gunna time. We pushing Gunna. This is Gunna time. Like, I can definitely see that if that hasn't already been said. Like,
I mean, Thug has been pushing P right with Gunna.
Yeah,
Like,
so I definitely see, like, this is his time, and I think we're gonna start slowly saying Travis Scott, Gunna, and Baby. Travis Scott, Gunna, Roddy Ricch. Like, it's gonna be those arguments of like top three of this generation right now. And yes, Travis Scott's still at the top. Goodbye.
All right. With that, we can wrap it. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for checking us out. We truly appreciate it. Until next time, we are out of here.